Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, I'm Robin Wilson, and I'm an associate professor of dance at the University of Michigan. I'm so glad to be able to be with you today and share with you some of the things that we've been doing all year. Now, usually I'd be surrounded with a whole bunch of first year dance majors, and we'd be preparing to perform for you and show you the dances that I either had learned or created over the semester. But this year is different. So that's not happening. But first, before I go on, I always want to do a land acknowledgement. I am standing on the land of the state was originally called Michigami, and this is the land of the Three Fires Confederacy, the Potawatomi, the Odawa, and I don't have it in front of me, and the other ones. So it's important to remember that they were here first. So what we have for you today and what we have in store for you today are works by three different choreographers. We'll talk a little bit about dancing in college, dancing at U of M, and then I'll take some questions, and then I'll teach a class. But first, let's start with the dance films. So, three different choreographers. Each video is at a different stage of completion, but all of them are films. So the first dance is called In Private Public, is a work in progress, and it was choreographed by Sean Hoskins. Sean is the dance technology coordinator at University of Michigan. And so when Sean started thinking about taking advantage of the whole COVID remote virtual dance situation, he started to wonder what would happen if instead of having Zoom images, we put each dancer in its own video, like its own TV, and then arrange the bodies, the actual TVs in the room at different points in the film. So what he did is he begged and he borrowed till he came up with 7 monitors. And so even though he choreographed the pieces, he wasn't able to finish it. So what we're going to see today are the piece as a work in progress, and we'll see the entire cast performing just the base material. The name of the piece is In Private Public. The concept and choreography are by Sean Hoskins. He also did the videotaping of the piece. The music is Alethea by Gala Flagello. And the dancers are Sky Ayala, Annabelle Chalmers, Ruby Clay, Emma Kokorian, Reina Kitasato, Annie's LaFerre, and Caitlin Wade. So let's watch, shall we? Thank you. Great. So clearly, it's a work in progress, which means that while they all know the movement, he has other things he wants to do to it. He has a solo, each person has a solo, and he's going to move them around the space and use the ability that you can do with film to create other images. So, so the process from going to work in progress to performance can be really different from one to another. It might mean the dance isn't finished. It might mean that there are other things they want to do to it, especially if we're looking at film, manipulating the images, etc. So, who are these students? They're the first year students of our department. So, we used to call it Freshman Touring Company. And then we realized that freshman was too gender specific. So, we've replaced it with the term first year. So it's male or female. And so um, this, so it starts, so this whole course, it's a mandatory course that every dance major takes. And they do it their second semester. And it was created originally by former faculty member Bill T. Young. His idea was to create an opportunity for our students to be in a small repertory company. But in reality, it's become one of our longest standing community engagement programs that we've had and for our department, because not only do they do performances at schools, hospitals, schools, hospital, community centers, nursing and senior centers, but they also do workshops. So it really is giving them a chance to engage with community. So every year we have the junior competition, choreography competition, and third years or juniors compete for the opportunity to create a work for FYTC. So July and November, and then two people, sometimes three, are selected to create a completely new dance for the first years. This year's winners were Rose Januziak and Jenna Siegel. Jenna is from Baltimore. She's a dual major in international studies and in dance. Rose is from Wisconsin, and she's a dual major in dance and in applied exercise science. So what we're going to see now is Jenna's piece. Jenna's piece is finished. So what I probably in a regular world, I would probably have made suggestions to her as an advisor as to how to strengthen the choreography or to improve the performances of the dancers. But this is her final piece. So we're going to see from the back of the tank. She conceived it and choreographed the entire dance. Jenna and Catherine Kiesling did the videography. Jenna did the editing. The music by a variety of composers from whose names I can't say, Nudalina, Caton O, Piotr Rabicki, names. And the number of dancers we'll see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the dancers. One note, you'll notice that some of the students will be in the studio and some will be outside. The dancer that it opens with is actually doing it from remote, from her home. So we see her outside. So here we'll watch from the back of the tank. Thanks.
1, 2. Don't tell me that they're all the same. 'Cause even the sound of his name carries me over their reach, back to some golden beach where only he remains. You planted your eyes on my feet, you told me to dig my heels deep. The night wore the rain on her window pane and drifted us to sleep.
Thanks. So, you want to dance in college? Well, there are a variety of ways to do that. First, obviously, for almost any dance program, if you want to major, you're going to have to audition. So that's kind of a given. I have some slides. It gets a little confusing when we look, because I want to compare. Let's talk about U of M, but also talk about SMTD. So if you, for instance, wanted to audition for a dance program somewhere, you would still do the Common App, and then each school will have its expectations of what steps you have to do. An audition plus some kind of portfolio. And nowadays, you have an audition might be a pre-screen of some sort. So there's always some kind of process. That's if you want to be a dance major. Or you might want to be a dance minor. Maybe you are interested in pre-med or law or engineering, but you still want to dance. So you could be a dance minor. And many schools have dance minors. Thirdly, you could just go to the school, and many schools have dance clubs. In fact, that's how dance started on many campuses in the country, in the United States. They have a thing called an orchesis, and it would be the dance club. And it might be hip hop, it might be tap, it might be cultural dance like Bharatanatyam. But each school is going to have its steps. And even if you wanted to, you could also be, we'll go to the slides in a minute. You could also go into a 4-year program. You could go in at a 2-year program, because the community colleges also have performing arts majors. So there are lots of ways to get at that. If you're going to a 4-year, you could go in as a major, you could go in as a minor, you could be a dual major. That's really challenging, to try to do 2 degrees at the same time. As you notice, those 2 third years are both dual majors. And most schools, if they have a dual major, will suggest you taking an extra year. But if you want to get out in 4 and to be sane, to keep your sanity, to do those 4 years, you could do it as community college and still be a dance major or a performing arts major, or you could just do your major and see either as a minor or as just see what kind of dance they have on campus, because a lot of student organizations will have a dance club. So that's one thing. Second thing is that let's talk about University of Michigan. It's a little bit different. It gets a little complicated, which is why I have the slides. Because it's a university, that means there's smaller schools inside. So there's the School of Engineering, the School of Kinesiology, the School of school, like at Michigan, the School of Music, or Oakland has the School of each school, each college will have its own system. Each unit inside the university, which means it's more than one school, little school, will have its own process and its own admissions process. So let's go to the next slide. So, oh, Lordy, I can't even see those slides. I need to make it larger. So there's a difference between, thank you. So there's a difference between what you have to do to get into the school and what you have to do to get into this, as in the University of Michigan, and between the School of Music. So first, what does it look like? University of Michigan, we have undergrads, we have graduate, in the School of Music, we have graduate students, undergraduate students. There are music students, theater students, musical theater students, dance students. So kind of give you a sense, most of the people in this SMTD, which is the shortcut, are music students. And then there we are at the bottom, the dance students, so we're smaller. This ratio is really good. Sometimes it's like 7-1. But the steps are slightly different. Could you show the slide that talks about the process, please? Great. Every student will have to submit a common application, the common app or the coalition app, one. And then you would, and obviously your transcripts and SAT and stuff like that. With this year, with COVID, they were much more flexible. They were, for 21, 22, they haven't decided yet. But basically, you have your common app, and then for performing arts, you'll have the additional artist portfolio or profile. And the dates are different. So we're going to look at that in a minute. But again, as we say here, we are doing this text flexible policy, what we just did, and then coming up for next year, we are all gotten used to the frozen screen. So don't get discouraged if we freeze, right? So one, looking at what you need to get into SMTD. Why do I say it this way? Because if you're admitted into SMTD, you're automatically admitted into the university. So admission into SMTD is admission into the university. It's simultaneous. That's to your advantage. So what do you need to have to get into SMTD? You have to have an ACT of 24 or better, or not both, an SAT of 1180 or better, and a GPA of 3.0 or better. Why? Because you have this extra asset. You're an artist, and therefore you're being evaluated on your artistry as well as your academics. So that gives you an plus. And then what happens is you submit your portfolio, your academic portfolio, the Common App, your scores, the essay, and then your artistic portfolio, which we'll talk about in a second. And then we will then decide to invite you to audition or not. What is that artistic portfolio? Your resume, your artistic resume, your pre-screen videos, and your letters of recommendation from someone who knows you as an artist. Don't just get your auntie, somebody who knows you as an artist. Again, we don't require the essay portion of the SAT and the ACT. So if you come in that way, so we're going to look at the differences between, and there's another way that you can get in. So we have that way to get your automatic one. You can get offered the opportunity to audition if you make it through those hoops. However, if you are a student of our summer program, which I'll talk about, which is not on these slides, Impulse, you are automatically given the opportunity to audition, because we assume if you were strong enough to get into our summer program, you're strong enough to be in our program. So again, you still need to have your grades together, right? You can't slough off, but that's an automatic in. So we'll come back to Impulse in a second. So what do you have to do? Pre-screen, you do your Common App, and you take care of all those things. The deadlines are different. Deadlines for School of Music is December 1st. It's later for the rest of the school. If there's also the Go Blue Guarantee. The Go Blue Guarantee was created to help first-generation students and students who have less economic means, but who are academically and artistically ready for the University of Michigan. So, okay. So in order to do that, you have to be eligible financially. So if you submit your FAFSA, which is financial aid form, and you're eligible, U of M will pay full tuition and all mandatory university fees for up to 4 years, who are students who are eligible for in-state tuition, who apply for financial aid and meet certain limits in terms of family income. And even if you are above that limit, which is $65,000 a year, and assets of a certain amount, there's still money available to assist you. So that financial aid packet is really important, because we know that University of Michigan is expensive, but it's not that expensive compared to if you were out of state. So the Go Blue Guarantee says we will pay for your ride if you need the money. So that should not be a concern of yours. And also, there's one other program, which is called Bridge. And Bridge has been around for over 40 years, and its very purpose is to provide students with transition. So it's a summer program where students, first generation, kids with economic disadvantage, or different school systems, live on campus and take a number of courses over the summer to help you transition. So it's really thinking really creatively how to have you come and succeed at Michigan. Enough. Let's talk about what we care about, dance. The last piece we're going to see today was choreographed by Ananya Chatterjee. Choreographer Ananya Chatterjee is not only a choreographer and a scholar, but an activist as well. A professor of dance at the University of Minnesota, Minneapolis, she merges her choreography with her activism and writes about the work of BIPOC choreographers in the United States, India, and in other parts of the world. The dance film that we're going to see is an excerpt of a longer film that isn't finished. It started with Zoom conversations with the 19 students in the class, asking them what are they passionate about? The environment, anti-Semitism, policing. Every student had something that they were really worried and passionate about. And so they shared. Out of that process, they created movement phrases that reflected and text. And she's built this piece that incorporates their texts, their own movement that she's created, and blended them into this really striking piece. And her collaborators, which are not only the dancers, the people who filmed it, the editor, and the musician, the composer. So it's really this big collaborative piece. The name of the piece is Undrowning Together with Each Breath. If you listen to the name, that kind of tells you, right? If we're drowning under all the stress and all the craziness, and particularly in Minnesota, she lives in Minneapolis, so she's right at the middle of the George Floyd and Daunte Wright. So in the middle of this craziness, we're all drowning. So how do we undrown together and do it breath by breath? And we're going to see the first 3 minutes of this work. So there are 5 dancers that did not get to perform in this work because they got sick. And I got COVID, got the flu, had to go back home. And so, but the whole piece was built on all of their conversations that she was inspired by. So please, the credits quickly: concept and choreography, Ananya Chatterjee with the dancers, music by Renee Copeland, filmography, Sean Hoskins, editing and story making, Darren Johnson, the text created and recited by the dancers, and all their names. And again, the title of the piece, Undrowning Together with Each Breath.
walking on grass how long has it been? Too long. Sweat drips down my forehead. I should stop walking. Stop walking. Stop walking. Why won't you stop? This is destructive. You're walking towards nothing. 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 Everything's the same. I try to put my hands on my ourselves to generate other live in a way that brings you joy. A world of love expression. There's so many entities. Lights don't have to do anything. Same scenery. You don't have to understand when knowledge stops you, they can respect to see a different path. I try to smile away that
Hi, I'm back again. So as you can see, it's not finished, but I'm really looking forward to seeing the rest of it. She, um, they spent days videotaping inside the studio. They were able to videotape, get on one of the buildings nearby and videotape. There's all this footage. And so they're weaving and creating these stories that will communicate it. Someone asked, are there specific steps to creating choreography? There are always two. You have to have an idea. That's the first step. And you don't even have to know what it is. It might be, oh, I don't know. It's sometimes you could start with the words of a poem. You could be inspired by music. Oh, I hear this music and I want to move to this beat. Sometimes it's an idea. So she thought of, so you can see in her the unison phrase, she can tell she's done Nanya's initial training was in Odissi, which one of the Indian classical dance forms. And so you can see that influence in there. And so many things can inspire you. It could be you want to tell a story. It could be abstract. I'm interested in the patterns in the sky, and I really like, oh, I like the pattern of that artwork. And so I'm going to make a dance that repeats the patterns of that artwork. And so I can see the artwork dancing through the room. It could be, I'm really interested in a story. So you have a portrait and those dancers become like actors, and they could speak, they could sing, they could make their own sounds. There's as many ways you can imagine. There are ways to choreograph. You can think of it all in your head, or you can collaborate, not just with your dancers, but maybe with your composer. I just did a project in Massachusetts, and the composer was at every rehearsal and improvising based on what he saw in our rehearsal. And every single time oh, that's new. What else are you doing? So it's this marriage, happy marriage, hopefully, of really collaborating together. It might be a film in the background. Anything you imagine. I could take a play and turn it into a dance. So I could make it up in my head. I could make it collaborative, ask the dancers to make up their own phrase. And now that I have your phrase, let's manipulate it, speed it up, slow it down, make it smaller, make it bigger, repeat it, make it so big I don't recognize it, make it turn, make it go up in the air, make it go to the floor. All those dynamic things you hear in music where it goes da 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 da. You can do that in dance as well. So there's no right or wrong way. It's more about, now what? Well, let me try this. Think of it as like being in a laboratory, and you're a scientist, and you are trying different things until you find the right formula. So that creative process is in every art, every form, not just the arts. It's in science. It's in, how did Einstein come up with his ideas? How did the Gutenberg, the man who created the first printing press, music, it's in every element. Anything that's been new in this world had to be imagined first, and then you do it. And in fact, everything we do, we imagine it first, and then we try to bring it to creation. So therefore, creative process is at the center of everything. It's at the center of life itself. So here we are. So that's all the showing we have today. The other pieces are still being worked on. There are two more, Rose's piece, and there's a piece based on, for the 5 dancers that couldn't couldn't perform. Yes, I really, all these sorts of questions. Someone said the eye, like what was the eye about? I would love to ask Jenna what that was about. I have no idea. And then this last piece, I'm really curious. I love watching them on the roof versus in the studio, and watching that first image where Annie is like this, or is she like this? We really don't know, right? Any questions? So now I'd love to take questions either about the dances you've seen, anything about dancing in college, or anything I've talked about U of M, or any comments you have. And then after that, we're going to dance. But first, let's take 2 or 3 minutes to think if you have any response or questions. Great. Thank you, Miss Sluter. I'm going to, we're going to make sure those chat information is available to you so that, because I always get confused. Like I said, December 1st or November 1st. And do I have to do a FAFSA? And what does FAFSA even mean, right? So those are really great things. What skill, what kind of, I have 2 questions. So we have Nyla asked, what's Jenna's piece about? We'll come to that. Well, what do you think? I think as a choreographer, I go, well, what did you see? So when I look at it, I go, let's see, the title From the Back of the Tank, that tells me something. She didn't just give me the title of the music, because that doesn't tell me anything. If I give you a title, that tells the audience there's supposed to be a way into this piece from the back of the tank. And it's like, they look kind of emotional. And, this figure, and it's kind of like fraught, right? And even the lighting is kind of dark. So the lighting tells me, oh, this might be a heavy piece. And the gestures are kind of personal. So I'm like, okay, this is about some kind of emotion. I don't know what it is. Let me look again. So it's kind of like a puzzle. It's like when you read a poem. Watching a dance is more like poetry than a play. A play, you know what's what. But poetry, like, what happens with the dream deferred? It's not literal. It dries up like a raisin in the sun. They're clearly not talking about raisins, right? Langston Hughes wasn't really talking about raisins, but it gave you an image. And you go, oh, well, maybe, or maybe. And so really watching a dance, any kind of dance, is always like a puzzle. But think of it as a poetry, which is not so obvious, right? So what specific skills do you need to get into a dance program? Things are changing. It used to be ballet, ballet, ballet. And then we realized that really privileged this white dance form that's hundreds of years old from Europe. Is it the center of every technique? Maybe not. Some of my favorite choreographers were from, like, there's this wonderful company in, I'm going to stop talking, in Senegal named Compagnie Jean B. And the choreographer is Germaine Oconi, French, Francophone country, and colonized by the French. And they're all trained in African dance forms, as in traditional forms. And she has exploded it and said, well, wait a minute. I can straighten my leg. I can do anything. My body can do anything. Why do I have to just do Manjani? Why do I have to do pas de bourrée, tendu, arabesque? It's the same body. It's just names. So what's happening in colleges, they're beginning to try to realize how much racism has set up ballet as being the only dance form that's valued. So ballet is useful. Hip hop is useful because then you have rhythm. You know how to move strong. You know how to use your spine. Ballet is useful. Modern is useful. I've had students who, and this is before we kind of opened our mind. So as many different kinds of dance because you're informing your body. A musician doesn't just play Bach, right? They play, if they're a violinist, they might play Bach, they might play fiddle music, they might play another instrument because it's all the same you're the person in the middle. So you just want to be able to have skills so that when you see material, you can repeat it. And with if safely and repeat it in efficiently, so you're not using every muscle, and with as much expressivity as you can get. So I didn't really answer your question because we've changed the rules and we're trying to figure it out. So ballet but you need to take technique and you need to be in shape. You can't take the semester off and then go, oh, I guess I'll audition for a dance program because I always wanted to dance, but I had to work okay, I didn't mean to make fun of people who work, but I did that. I was like, I'm mad at I'm dumb. You can't audition if you haven't had a dance class in 2 months, which is what I did in high school. So that I'm telling you my story. I was so bad because of X, Y, and Z, and I stopped going to ballet. I stopped going to all classes, and then I had the nerve to go audition for a school with a ballet major, and hadn't had class in 2 months. So I know what difference it makes to be out of shape and try to audition for something. You need to be in your best game. That's her secret. Don't tell anybody. Miss Gina didn't even know that story. Any other questions? If not, let's dance. So what we're going to do, I want you to move whatever's around out of your way. Move the furniture, move the table so you can move, right? Dancing is about, and we're going to try to get as much space as you can get. I'm downstairs in Studio C in the dance building. And so I'm going to stand up and see if you can still see me and change the camera a little bit so you can see my feet. Yeah, okay. So if I stand here, you can see my feet. All right. So not a lot of time. So we're going to do a quick warm up. I always like to start with a moment of breathing to get myself still. So, and I'm going to keep my socks on for now, but they're going to come off. So I want you to stand with your feet together. Make sure you, again, have enough room. Make sure that if you have on something that's tight, to take it off and put on something loose so you can move, so you don't, have to dance with your tight jeans on, okay? Or your skirt, or your pants down to here. Be ready to dance. And so with your feet together, turn out just a little bit to first lift your heels and go to what I call a Dunham first position or open position. You're going to see a little bit. So even though I've studied a lot of Dunham, this class is going to be a little bit of everything. So we're going to start with breathing, as Miss Dunham would. But instead of, let's put one on your heart and one on your belly so you can breathe. So we'll breathe in for 8 and breathe out for 8 twice, and then twice on 4, and then 4 times on 2, and then we'll keep going. I'm going to start the music. So once we've done the 8s, the 4s, and the 2s, we're going to do this. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Number the numbers. So dropping the head over, we're going to do our roll downs. 1, 2, 3, 4, half, and 1, 2, 3, 4. That's little. Halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keeping your knees straight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plie 2, stretch 2. We'll start over. 4 and 4. 4 to halfway to 4. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure your head's the last thing to come up, and then circle around to the right and to the left. And we'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So just the head and the shoulders, and then shoulders, then head. Head, shoulders, waist, waist. Like you're pushing your belly button into your spine. Waist, shoulders, head. Don't pick up your head. Then the whole thing. Head, shoulders, waist, Keep pulling. You might have to bend your knees to get all the way down. Plie, drop your tailbone and lift your tailbone up. Again, plie, drop your tailbone and tailbone up. And then we start the whole process from the bottom. A little bit, belly button, and then the head pulls you down. Belly button pulls you up a little higher to halfway, and the head pulls you down. Belly button pulls you all the way up like a garage door, and then we'll circle to the left this time and to the right. Okay? Let's see if we can get through all that. Can you all hear me? I'm going to assume you can. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe out with your mouth. On 4. On 2. Let's roll down. Hand to the middle. Whole body. Circle to the right. Just a bit slow. Starting over. And little. And a little bigger. All the way down. Really tight. Almost out of music. A little bigger. And we will make it. All the way. And circle around the other way. Awesome. Great. How you doing? Shake out your shoulders. So, new thing. We're going to do shoulders.
Nacerá gigante en
We're
brazos
going
del
to go
mar.
shoulder, shoulder,
Teñirá la sombra su claridad.
Let me show you the combinations.
Despejará las dudas que se anidan.
So, it goes. I'll get close. So it's like, it's like little. 1, 2, 3, big 4, big 4. Take the arm over. 5, plie. 6, 7, 8. Ripple to the front, ripple to the side, ripple to the back, ripple other side. And 1. So we have 1, then it's this side. 1, 2, 3, big circle. 4, side. 5, plie. 6, roll up. 7, 8. Ripple. 2. They go the other way. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So it's 1, 2. Oops. So the trick is, if this is the if you the arm that did the circle, when you come around, that's the arm that's going to do the little circle, the shoulders. So again, if it's right and left, then it's left and right. Okay? Okay. Hopefully you can understand this, Sammy. So again, we're doing shoulder circles. We're adding a side body, feeling the stretch and the curve, stretching our lower back, and then ripple, chest. If that's confusing, just do this in place. Okay? Cool. Let's go. We'll do that twice. We'll do it right and left, and we're just going to keep moving. Yep. You know what? Let's do it parallel, right and left, and then let's try doing it with turnout. It'll feel really different turned out than it does parallel. And you notice you're twisting your whole spine. When you turn, when you're first position, try to keep your hips to the front. Okay. Five, six, 7, and 8. Right, 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 left.
Nacerá gigante en brazos del mar. Teñirá la sombra su claridad. Despejará las dudas que se anidan, librando mi sueño de su semilla.
2, 3, 4.
Quiero ser bote y quiero zarpar, ir sobre la corriente arrullando el mar. Ver las ondas como expanden mi camino, verlas reverentes al destino. Cuando los días echen a volar, el miedo y la rutina se fundirán. Pero si mi anhelo rompe allá en la orilla, quedarán restos de una vida. Adiós mamá, adiós papá, que ya me voy, que ya me voy. Que me lleve, donde el miedo no me quiebre. Y que me lleve, donde el miedo no me quiebre. Sentada en su goce vi una anciana reír. Piensa que por sabia no se va a morir.
I'm going to assume you're with me.
Dice todo lo incierto es
I'm going
una
to rewind
salida.
M. Alfonso a little bit. El bote.
Sentada en su goce vi una anciana reír. Piensa que por sabia no se va a morir. Dice todo lo incierto es una salida cuando la suerte se queda dormida. No sé dónde estoy ni hacia dónde iré. Serena porque el viento me va conmigo. Mi bote lleva el curso a la deriva, al caer la noche el gigante expira. Y adiós mamá, adiós papá, que ya me voy, que ya me voy. Adiós mamá, adiós papá, que ya me voy, que ya me voy. Que me lleve, donde el miedo no me quiebre. Que me lleve, donde el miedo no me quiebre. Que me lleve, donde el miedo no me quiebre.
quickly, warming up the whole spine in second position. So we're twisting to the back wall, bend both knees, come back to center. Left, bend both knees, notice the feet are swiveling. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. Then double time, right, right, and center. So it's left and center, and right, and center, and left, and right, and left, and center. And we get a cue. In, and up, and 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 in, and in, and up, 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 and in, and center. Okay? And then we're gonna do one more. So we have twist, then we're gonna go up and roll and stop and in and up and roll and up and in. So sequence, slow, slow, fast, and slow, slow, fast, 2, 3, 4, slow, slow, fast, and slow, slow, fast. Notice my back foot turns in. Then we're gonna go up, roll, say other, up, roll, together. How's that? Okay. So this is, you notice I like music from other countries. So this is Pequeña Sabita by Yisi Bandancha from Havana. She is a female drummer, jazz drummer, living in Havana. And I just love her music so much. So let me see, are there any questions? So again, 2 slow, 4 fast, twisting, then over curve, because they're really getting our spines together. Okay. Back to the music. Okay. Oops. Wrong person. Let's come up together. Turn out. Parallel. Turn out. Let's make wide second position. Then go. Roll the top lip. Actually, let's do 5, 6, 7, center 8. So only do 3 fast. Ready? 5, 5, 7, 1, 2, one wrong side of the music. Make sure you don't lean forward. 5, 6, 7, 8, 6. Now back. 1, 2, 3. Center forward. In. Two.
Essa roda é feita como se fosse uma cerimônia do chá, 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 chá,
turn. So we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, left, 2, right, 2, fast, 2, 3, center. We're gonna go second, 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 together, second, 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 together. And then we go, 2, 3, together, second, 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 stay. Then we'll start in ceiling. And when I'm here, I'm looking to the ceiling with my sternum. Sternum, not fingers. Crunch. Trying to get my belly button and my tailbone in the seat. Open, round. Open, then fast. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 4. Shoot. 1, 2, 3. Stop. 4. Left. Open. Left. Open. 1, 2, 3. Center. Roll up. Roll on your bum. Open second. Up. Roll on your bum. Open second. Let's try that. I wish I could watch you, because I could give you notes. There. Take it from the top.
Essa nova é feita como se fosse uma cerimônia do chá, 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 chá.
Bossa nova é simples e é complicado ao mesmo tempo. Bossa nova é simples e é complicado.
Okie dokie. Catch your breath. Should be a little grab of breath. I am. So we've used our backs. We've used our legs. Let's just do, given the time, let's work on a phrase together, shall we? Hopefully we feel warmed up enough, because we've sort of done our plies-ish, right? We've done our feet-ish. Let's do one more leggy thing. Let's be boring, shall we? We will just do, yay. So in order to do this combination, we need to work on our attitude. So, passe 1, 2, développé 3, 1, 2, plié, développé, attitude, step on it, passe, plié, step back. Passe 1, 2, développé, plié, step on it, bring it underneath you, plié, center, passe, développé, attitude, passe, développé, and stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, plié, shucks. Sorry, I'm falling off my leg. We'll just do this straightforward. 1, 2. Sorry, I forgot something, so let me put it back in. From the first, passe 1, 2, développé 3, 4, attitude plié 3, 4, grand plié, all the way up, press down, relevé, and center, brush 1, land on it 2, attitude, come back underneath you 3, and 4, brush back, step to it, passe, and down, left side, 1, 2, both legs straight, both knees bent, both legs straight and close, grand plie again, relevé, down, time to step onto it, attitude, bring it underneath you, balance, and stay, take the foot back, step back to the attitude, step onto it, passe, and down. Then simply grand plie in second position. Relevé, plie, and close. That's all. So passe, développé, plie everything, and out. Passe, développé, bend everything, and out. Step to it, step onto it, attitude, bring it underneath you, down. Take that foot back, tendu, go to attitude, passe, and down. Other side. Do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do, do-do. Then 2 juicy grand plies, second position, and a gorgeous relevé, and down. And then we're gonna do something to get your heart rate up again. So, Here we go. 1, 2, go.
Rain shower. Rain shower.
7, 8,
Done stirred up the blood
passe,
in the Mississippi mud. Rain shower.
4, 5, 6,
Dead flower.
grand plie, 1,
Dead flower.
5, 6.
Washed up in the
Now to the
mud.
other side. 1,
Upside a tree.
2, développé,
Right here next to me.
plie, 5, 6, stretch the legs, 7, down 8, brush, 1, step 2, 2, 3, passe,
Road so
4,
slippery. I just can't get home, baby.
step on it, passe,
But I'm gonna be sliding home in the mud to you.
Jim, here we go. 1,
Sliding home in the mud to you.
relevé, 7, a fast,
Rain shower. Rain Rain, shower, shower. Got no umbrella.
Yes, it's the drum arms.
Ain't got no car.
Say they're balanced to the
I'm
right
out here just too far, baby.
and left. And right and left.
But the dove done talked to me, yeah, and told me I can see my way home to me, baby.
Check it out. All right. Let's do a quick combination. I think our legs are ready. We've done it properly. So, I'm going to ask you a question. Would you rather learn some choreography from me, or would you like to make your own? I think we're going to do a little bit of both. So, starting in second position, right? Contract over 1, 2, 3, and 4. Left leg, 1, 2, fourth position, 3, and 4. Yes? Sorry, I left out something. Yeah, 1, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's an attitude. Turn, passe, and down. So, in second position, contract. Fourth, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Left, 2, 3, and 4. Grab this hand. Bring it in as your body does a body roll. And then your weight going to step onto this leg. Like your head, somebody took your head and went runk to it, and then bring it in to the passe. Step around the corner, contract, push. Okay? That'll work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a little bit more. Contract, 2, 3, 4. Hinge, 2, 3, 4. Contract, 2, 3, 4. Start over. That's all. So let me break it up. We have contract, set at can, contract, set at can. Grab your hand by, roll, and pitch. Don't fall over like a teacher. Pitch, bring the arms up and around the corner, sweep it in, push back, right? And then from there, bring the arms back. 1 fist, 2, 3, 4. Step around, 2, 3. We didn't really do hinges. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut, around, and stand. Let's just do that much, and then we're going to add to the end of it. So I was thinking about what I wanted to dance to, and I thought of Nina Simone. So it's a little fast. So she says, I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I'm not sure if this is loud enough, Lumumba. That's the intro.
I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break all the chains holding me. I wish I could say all the things that I should say them loud, say them clear, for the whole round world.
Right leg cross.
I wish I
I could share all the love that's in my heart. Remove all the bars that keep us apart. I wish you could know what it means to be me. Then you'd see and agree that every man should be free. I wish I could give all I'm longing to give. I wish I could live.
Let's try that again.
Like I'm longing to live. I wish I could do all the things that I can do. Though I'm way overdue, I'd be starting anew. Well, I wish I could be like a bird in the sky. How sweet it would be if out my heart I could fly. I'd soar to the sun and look down at the sea. Then I'd sing, 'cause I know that not singing.
So, and I'm going to end this an ending. After we do our cut, we're going to go step, hop, step, hop, step, hop, swivel, because we didn't really jump. Step, hop, around. So if you feel like you're ready to go in the air and you're not dancing on concrete and you have room, you can go up. I'm skating, skate, around the corner, skate. And those attitudes are back. So again, contract, second, grab your hand, fold it into yourself, and then do a whole body roll. Pitch over 2, pull it into a second position, swivel around, push. We're in a contraction, just bring your arms back, contract, and now hinge. If that's too hard, if that's too easy, really give me a low hinge. And maybe it's a hinge. If it's too hard, go like this and just go around. And so we're just gonna do a half turn, hinge. Actually, if it's too hard, 2, 3, 4, just cross over and turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, cross over and turn. So the hinges, if you've never done hinges before and you don't want to be brave and you don't want to try them, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, cross over. Then this leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, cross over. Step, hop, like you're skating. Then go back the way you came. And center. How's that? Let's try it. We're running out of time. And then, so let's do it on one side, and then we're gonna try, let's do it on one side, and let's then try mucking it up a little bit, okay? Because remember I said you could make a dance from anything? So, I'm gonna start this music over, move it over here, hold on, so I can see what you're doing, so you can see, so I can see what's going on. So again, contract, you can be parallel, I'm turned out, in fourth, second, 1, 2, second, clap, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, pitch, passe, around, back, come, boom, under, and then you want to cross, you can, or you can go around, hinging, 1, around, hinging, 4 to the right, to that way, and 4 the way with the back. So this is what we're going to do. Ways one can do variation. We all have the conversation, kind of, sort of. Nobody cares if you have it perfectly. What I want you to do, we're going to extend the phrase, and we're going to insert phrases where you want to put them, and insert repetitions So I might want to go. I might want to do this for a while, or I might want to just stay. So I'm playing with speeding things, or I could go. You can speed it up, or you can slow it down. And then go. So you're the choreographer. You're like a filmmaker. And just like you can speed up the film or slow down the film or freeze it. And it's always fun to, you know how we get in the middle of a Zoom call and we get stuck in this really weird face. Get stuck in a weird space. So instead of going, I'm so beautiful, maybe go and then finish it. So, yeah? Does that make sense? So now we're not going to be dancing together anymore. But we are, because we still have the spirit. Because the spirit is, we want to know what it feels to be free. So we're strong, and we're pulling it into our heart, and we're traveling through the water and carrying it with us, right? And then we're forging on because we're the future, right? And so that's important. If you want to do a super high jump now, right? If you want to do it, if you want to add something to it. So now you're going to put your own flavor on it. You can speed it up, or you could go add a turn to it, right? I said, oh, Miss Robin, I don't just want to do this. I want to go. I want to do it in a circle. I want to do it turning. Whatever you want to add to it, but you just got your base, okay? All right, I know we're almost at time. Woo! We have 1 more minute. So let's do it twice, do it once, and then somehow go through it. Do it once plain and once mixed up. Other way, let's do it mixed up and then end plain. So we all end up together here from that last, from 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So we all end together. So let's kind of muck it up as much as possible and then do whatever you think the original phrase is. Take chances. That's what choreographers do. They go, what would happen if? So now you're the choreographer. Even if you were in my company, I'd say, Alina, take that phrase and muck it up. Let me see what you have. Ooh, I like that. Let's keep her phrase. I'm bored with mine. I like her phrase better. Let's use her phrase. Oh, wait a minute. Let me take Jamal's half. So we're going to take half of Alina and we're going to take half of Jamal, mush them together. Now we got a whole phrase. Okay? So this is good practice. All right. Let's dance to Miss Nina Simone. Shall we? Oh, wait. So you can start, you can stop, you can step and clap, snap if you want to too. Okay? Why not? She was brilliant. We need to honor her more than we do. This is your freestyle moment. It's a long intro. Ready? 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and.
I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break all the chains holding me. I wish I could say all the things that I should say. Say them loud, say them clear, for the whole round world to hear. I wish I could share all the love that's in my heart. Remove all the bars that keep us apart. I wish you could know what it means to be me. then you see and agree that every man should be free. I wish I could give all I'm longing to give. I wish I could live like I'm longing to live. I wish I could do all the things that I can do, though I'm way overdue. I'd be starting anew. Well, I wish I could be like a bird in the sky. How sweet it would be if out my heart I could fly. I'd soar to the sun and look down at the sea. Then I'd sing, 'cause I know that. And I'd sing, 'cause I know that. And I'd sing, 'cause I know how it feels. I know how it feels to be free. Yeah, yeah, I know how it feels. And I know how it feels.
I want to thank you for dancing with me, for leading my students to learning about dancing in college. Let me turn this music off. Learning more about college, because again, if you're a dancer, you need to dance. It keeps you from going crazy. And if you don't remember that, when everybody else is telling you, all right, baby, that was fine. You know, it's how you keep yourself sane. And as intense and crazy as the world is now, all the more reason to keep dancing. And remember where your heart is. Bye.